What if I told you the greatest war in One Piece didn't start with Luffy, wasn't won by Roger, and hasn't even truly ended yet? The truth behind the legendary pirate conflict runs far deeper than any one duel. It's a ticking time bomb set off generations ago. And the final explosion? It's still coming. One Piece has always thrived on legacy, the inherited will, ancient grudges, and unfinished battles passed from one era to the next. But beneath the surface of the pirate world lies a shadow war between bloodlines, a cold, generational clash that's shaped the fate of the seas. While most fans look to the current Yonko or the Marines as the primary powers, they miss the deeper pattern, one that connects Joy Boy to Roger, Roger to Ace, Xebec to Blackbeard, and maybe even Luffy to the next world-shaking confrontation. Today, we unravel the unseen forces driving the story forward and the inevitable showdown between the old world's heirs and the dawn of a new era. The Rocks and Gol D clans have been warring for decades, like fathers, like sons. The rivalry between Roger and Xebec is often recognized as the most intense of all the rivals in the One Piece story. The story has strongly suggested that these two legendary people had known each other before they rose to fame as the greatest pirates of their respective eras, even if this is still a mystery. Sengoku hinted to this when he told the Marines about the God Valley incident, stating that Roger's first rival was Xebec. With legendary powerhouses like Xebec, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, and Shiki, the Rocks Pirates were the greatest pirate crew in history. However, they acted more like a terrorist group that took the battle straight to the world government than a normal crew. Since these two were the most powerful and well-known pirate crews of their era and would have frequently been at each other's throats when traveling, this is probably where the rivalry with the Roger Pirates began. Roger mentioned that the last time the crews faced off was a year ago when the Roger Pirates arrived in God Valley. Many fans have interpreted this to suggest that Xebec defeated Roger in their most recent fight. Everyone is aware of what happened on God Valley at this point, because it is believed that Xebec was defeated there by Roger and Garp's strange partnership, putting an end to what is now claimed to be the biggest rivalry in One Piece history. Though they were no longer engaged in battle, Roger and Xebec's rivalry would endure symbolically via their kids. Ace's mother carried him in her womb for 20 months, which tragically also caused her death soon after, and as a result, Ace was born long after Roger had been put to death. Ace eventually joined the Whitebeard Pirates after giving up his name entirely because he had a lot of hatred for his father as a child. With the goal of making Whitebeard the Pirate King, he eventually rose to the position of 2nd Division Commander there. Since Chapter 1154 established that he was lost onto the son of Xebec, his real name has always been Rocks D. Teach. It is also at this point that he would encounter Blackbeard, who, like him, was using the false name Marshall D. Teach to conceal his true ancestry. Oda drew a crazy comparison between Ace and Blackbeard, which ultimately resulted in their confrontation. Ace would pursue Blackbeard for the crime after he killed another Whitebeard Pirate Division commander, which ultimately resulted in a conflict on Banaro Island. Ace's defeat and capture by Blackbeard, who would then turn him over to the world government and start the Marineford War, would turn out to be one of the most important moments in the entire narrative. This is just like Roger and Xebec's feud. What are the other most notable families in the series? Since they are probably the surviving members of Joy Boy's era who will eventually alter the course of history, the D clan as a whole can, of course, be considered while discussing the most significant families in One Piece. Due to the status of the 3 members that we currently know of Garp, the greatest Marine of all time, Dragon, the greatest revolutionary who seeks to overthrow the world government, and Luffy, the sun god who will change the world. the Monkey D family in particular is the most significant in the series. The Figureland family is on the opposite end of the spectrum, with Shamrock serving as the supreme commander of the gods' knights, Garling as one of the 5 elders, and Shanks as an emperor of the sea. This is now the strongest family of celestial dragons, and its members are among the most well-known characters in the entire One Piece world. The Figurelands may very well be the Monkey D family's last adversaries. Ancient rivalries reverberate as the final saga progresses. Every battle we've witnessed, including Egghead, Onigashima, and Marineford, has served as a prelude to the final settlement of this blood conflict. The names Roger, Xebec, Teach, and Monkey D are battle standards for the conflict that will end all conflicts, not only historical stories. Therefore, if you assumed the story was about a single pirate discovering riches, you were mistaken. It's a war of legacy. Furthermore, we are only now starting to comprehend its scope. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share your theories in the comments section below if you're eager to go even further into One Piece's secrets. Already, the fight for the future has begun. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Review YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe and continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, question, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts on the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again, see you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments, the group is in a winter scene, and the next, they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat, and people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gol D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show, because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gol D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.